so here's our site so far. Now we're going to learn how to import Google Fonts, which will give us more options to change the style of our text. We're going to change these links here, make them look a little bit more professional. So let's get into it. I've got my pages open here. First thing I want you to do, if you go to fonts.google.com, and here you can find a whole array of different kinds of fonts instead of using the standard ones which are built into your computer. So I'm going to choose one. You've got these filters here if you like a particular style of font. I'm just going to choose the one that okay, this one looks good. So when you find a font that you like, you press this little plus button here and it will add, and it will appear in a pop-up here. Once you're ready, because you can continue choosing more fonts if you wish, but once you're ready to import this into your site, open this up here, and there are two things that you need to do. First, we need to grab this code, and as it says here, this goes into the head section of your HTML document. So any document that you, or any page that you want this font to appear on, you have to copy it in there. So I'm going to put it in all of my pages. And then there's a second piece of code that we also have to copy, which is here. This goes in the CSS, and I'll show you where. Because you may not want it to apply to all of your page. You may just want it to apply to certain things, like the heading, for example. So I'm just going to say that I want my headings to have this font, so I just paste it in there, and it's done. Let's save that and let's see if it makes a difference to our page. Yeah, so this looks a little bit better. You can play around with that. If you add more than one font, then just remember to keep copying the additional fonts into the head section that you're going to use on that page. Okay, so let's fix this because it doesn't really look very good. Unfortunately, if you try to center this in your CSS file, it won't work because it doesn't recognize it as a font because it's a link. The code to edit this is A, and then anything between there will affect your links. So I'm just going to go for something similar to my paragraph, but I want that same font. So I'm going to take that as well. Just a quick save. Okay, and that looks a little bit better, yeah? However, I wanted to change color when I hover over it, okay? And to do that, all we have to do, I'm going to copy all of this. I'm a big copy and paster. And hover. And these are the settings that will apply whenever you hover your mouse over one of those links. Now I'm going to have it the same, but I'm just going to make the color change. Just let's say yellow for now. Okay, so when we hover over this, it looks pretty cool. Yeah, this looks a little bit better. I want to put it in the middle. Like I said before, if you try to add those settings here, as you can see, it doesn't really work, doesn't make a difference. We'll go into that later on why that doesn't work, but for now, if you want to put that in the middle, just go to your links, which are here, and either side of them, you can add a tag called center. And then close center. So anything between these two tags, as you know, will now be centered. Let's have a look. There we go. So, looks better. If I click on this, you can see that it didn't center this because I didn't change it on that page, but the fonts have changed on every page. So this looks a little bit better.